are very good. Aquatic is very exceptional. I think he's close to SSL, if not SSL. Judge and Supreme also very good as well. And then the Strawberry Milk Boys, Kershey, Steve, Chaos, they've been playing with each other a lot, so there's a lot of chemistry on that side of things. And Bryce, I think you know some of these teams as well.
Oh yeah, I have some of my boys in here. I know Judge Dredd said hi earlier. Chaos said hi. Kershey said hi. It's good to see you boys in here. I'm excited to see how the match goes. But yeah, I mean Strawberry Milk versus Bang Esports. All these team ups that we had so far, it's been a lot of good energy and a lot of excitement. I'm expecting no less for these two teams. And Salmons,
Yeah.
Jacob. What's up, Salmons? Also, guys, thank you once again for showing up. I love seeing everyone in chat here. We got a lot of people giving us some love here. And they're called B19 fish. They're called fallen angels, so they must fall before they rise. I can't agree more with that.
There we go.
Awesome. I am just working on getting this lobby set up. I apologize. It's taken me a little bit longer than normal. Had a issue with the team colors, had them reversed. But that is about situated.
Do we want to take a short break, Ginger?
Yeah, I think let's go to like a 5-minute intermission and we will be right back. And welcome back, guys. We are here at the start of Series 3 between Bang Esports and Strawberry Milk. All these players know each other very well, so it might get a little crazy. I'm going to give them the go-ahead, and let's get into game number 1. Start, go, go, go. And while Bryce Crispy relaxes his beautiful voice, I, Ginger Vortex, will be taking over game 1 as the main caster. But don't worry, Bryce will only need a game intermission and then we'll be back. So here we have Aquatic, just barely missing that. On the ceiling, Aquatic going to try to get it past midfield. Here comes Strawberry Milk on the warpath, turned away by Judge. Watch out for Judge, he is a very standout defensive player and a very good one-on-one player. If you get stuck in a one-on-one and Judge has on the roof of his car, you're not going to like your odds. Oh, but actually a slight mistake on the Bang Esports side, and Kershey going to knock one through.
Yeah, it was a pass coming from a back pass from Nyx to Kershey, and we know Strawberry likes their passing plays, so that's something that Bang is gonna have to watch out for, Ginger.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Strawberry Milk, like you were saying, took the win in the Icebreaker Invitational, but they did not play Bang Esports to get to the finals. They were on the opposite side of the bracket. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams match up. But right now, pretty even. We've had a few mistakes by both teams. Strawberry Milk was just the team that was able to capitalize earlier than Bang Esports. But here comes Aquatic. Beautiful little delay. Judge going to get a rip downfield. Organized Chaos. Going to put it to the side. This one. Pass one. Judge trying to get back. Supreme. Aquatic going to have to take control on his goal line. Aquatic. Upfield. Cut off by Organized Chaos. There's a beautiful touch by Supreme. Organized. Trying to get it up to, I think Kershey was up there, but he was on his way back. Nyx going to get beat by Aquatic on the back line. Just gonna have some really back and forth play here, Incog.
Yeah, so this ball is kind of stuck in the midfield, going back and forth, boom ball, but Chaos is going to get it onto the Bang Esports side, try to get a touch off the backboard, but Aquatic's there to meet it.
Oh,
Takes his foot all the way down. Supreme almost got it in, but Nyx is able to carry it to safety. That could have been a game-time goal for Bang Esports, but Nyx was able to turn it away.
Yeah, just dodging disaster by the hairs of their chin. Oh no, here comes Strawberry Milk. Judge getting, I think, a little bumped there. Kershey going to have a little bit of time on this ball, but not a lot of boost. Oh, beautiful, beautiful IQ play there to get the flip reset so you could get the wave dash to get the challenge by Kershey. I see you. I see you. I know why you have a doctorate. And here comes Dr. Kershey. Going to get cut off by Judge. Nyx going to hit one in net, and Nyx, a beautiful goal to get a 2-point lead for Strawberry Milk.
The first goal was Nyx to Kershey, and the second goal is Kershey to Nyx. These guys are finding each other on these passing plays, Ginger, and they're just turning it into goals. Very efficient from Strawberry Milk.
Agreed, agreed. And it's a little bit like, right now, you can tell that both teams, at least towards the beginning, were kind of playing timid. It seems like Strawberry Milk is breaking out of that shell a little bit earlier than Bang Esports. I'm seeing Bang Esports play a little bit slower than they did in the Icebreaker Invitational. I have a feeling as this series goes on, you're going to see a lot more mounting pressure from Bang Esports.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we saw in the highlights was Supreme's shooting, his placement, his accuracy. So if he gets some shots on net, they're probably going to fall. So we haven't seen that yet, but I do expect to see some shots coming out of Supreme as Aquatic off the ceiling to himself and almost gets a touch in, but a little bit wide on that first shot.
Oh, what a save there by Supreme. He just prevented another goal from going in, but here's Organized. Back to Aquatic. Nyx trying to take his time, but Supreme is having none of it. Does he get the bounce? Organized making the save on the goal line. I think that was going in. And Supreme, like you said, Incog calling the man of the hour that needed to get a goal on net, and he does.
think Chaos thought somebody was in net here. He kind of turned away and almost upfield, expecting a last defender, and Nyx just wasn't back yet. Supreme just pounces on that, and that's going to be the first goal for Bang Esports.
And here comes Judge. Gonna not get the best first touch, but Aquatic going to be there. Judge trying to get back. Supreme gonna have some time on the ball. Nyx gonna pop this one over to a teammate. Dr. Kershey decides to bail. Probably smart move. It was a little bit off. Organized over to Judge. Judge with the dunk onto the backboard. Does he have a follow? Supreme down to Judge. This is just sitting in the Strawberry Milk skull line out, or the shooting the box. The box in front of the goal, whatever that thing is called. And here's Nyx. Strawberry Milk going the other way. I'm too excited. And a beautiful shot by Nyx. Nyx puts another one away.
Yeah, Strawberry's defense was able to hold on tight. Kershey gets a great 50 off the sidewall. Nyx just beats out the last defender on the Bang Esports side, and Strawberry gets that insurance goal with 42 seconds left, and that's huge for Strawberry because, as we saw in the Icebreaker, they like to give up, you know, 1-goal leads in the last few seconds. So having that insurance for them probably feels really good.
Absolutely. Strawberry Milk. Oh, Kershey and Nyx and Organized were trying to cook something up there. Organized on the back wall. Organized, gonna push one through. Aquatic. Aquatic with a beautiful dunk. Does he have a follow? Supreme on the backboard. Judge trying to knock Kershey out of the way, but Kershey gets to it. And I think Strawberry Milk is about to take game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, Strawberry Milk played their game, and Bang Esports kind of allowed them to play their game with those passing plays. If you're Bang, you've got to jump those passing plays. Be on the lookout for them, because that led to at least 2 goals, Ginger. I mean, the other one was kind of a pinch 50 off the sidewall for the last one, but Kershey and Nyx just connecting in that first game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while I get game 2 underway, I am going to bring Bryce Crispy back into the casting booth. Welcome back, Bryce, if you're ready. And he will
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he was ready. He's right there.
I was right here ready. I was munching down. I don't know if you guys know this, but shoutcasters at least burn 2,000 calories a second while they're casting some of these games. So you gotta stay up on your foods. You gotta keep that calorie count in.
I did not know that, but now I feel like I can afford to eat McDonald's later tonight. So thank you for that.
You're gonna pass. There's your pass.
I got to pass.
I did not know that either.
2,000 calories a second. That is quite the claim.
But that's medically backed. I saw it on Facebook.
Well, let's get started with game number 2. Incog, Bryce, I'm going to hand the keys to the kingdom over to you two. Have fun, and let's get underway here in game number 2.
Yes, sir. Strawberry Milk, Bang Esports coming into game 2 here. Strawberry Milk, they got that chemistry going on right now. I'm gonna want to see Bang Esports really put the pressure on them. But right from the start, Organized, trying to put some power onto the net. It's going to go to the backboard, and now Supreme working its way across over to the blue side of the field. He's able to get a follow-up touch, and Nyx able to get a great clear back over to the Bang Esports side. And now it's going to be up to Judge trying to get a pass over it, but Nyx is going to be able to intercept, bring it down to Kershey. Kershey gets intercepted. Kershey is going to try to set up a shot because Supreme gets touched, and Kershey with the shot.
Oh, this is a great rotation coming out of Nyx. He's going for the pass. The pass doesn't come, so he goes for the bump on Supreme, and Kershey able to take the open net. And Strawberry is starting off right where they left off in game 1, taking this into game 2.
4:34 left on the clock. Plenty of opportunity for Bang Esports here as Aquatic sends it over, just over Nyx, sends it down over to Judge. Judge gets 50 by Kershey, and Organized sends it over to Kershey. Kershey not getting the touch he wanted. Organized trying to work it out at 50, but it's going to go back over to the blue side where Nyx is on the defense. Supreme not making the connection he was looking for. Kershey putting on the pressure into the corner. Aquatic able to make it over to Kershey. Nyx trying to intercept. Aquatic continuing to bring it down. Supreme trying to get a touch, but it sends it back over into the corner. And Judge trying to make something from the follow-up touch. It's going to go back to Supreme, who gets the touch. Organized sending it to the backboard here. It's going to be all three of them on the defense here. Luckily, they get over the first attacker, but Nyx able to bring it over into the Kurt, and Kershey trying to get a shot into the upper 90. Organized trying to reclaim a shot onto it, but Judge is going to send it down into the midfield. It's going to be a bounce, and Nyx able to bring it up over to the goal, and Kershey with the follow-up touch over to the side, but more power coming from Aquatic, going just a little bit wide. Supreme is going to try to continue that pressure, but right now, Strawberry Milk putting on their defense as best as they can as Kershey brings it back over onto the Bang Esports side, trying to work it past both defenders. It's going to be a shot that could be set up, but no one was there. Supreme able to bring it back over onto the Strawberry Milk side. And now Supreme going for a shot. It's going to be just a little bit shallow. Orgine defense once again from Strawberry Milk. Trying not to allow any opportunities for Bang Esports. But Bang is trying to set up another opportunity, and that could be a shot from Supreme.
This is Aquatic just putting in so much work. He gets this off the back wall. Nyx doesn't get the next touch, but then Aquatic lands on Chaos. Fortunately for Bang Esports, and Supreme able to bounce on that one quickly and clean that one up, and this is a tie game.
Yeah, looking a lot better right now for Bang Esports. Keeping it 1-1, 3 minutes left. It can still go either way, but as long as they can keep this energy, they're going to be able to keep Strawberry Milk running for their money here as Organized Chaos tries to set up for his team. But it's going to be Aquatic getting a no boost clear over to the midfield for Supreme to get a follow-up touch. Dr. Kershey trying to provide treatment to the ball and get it off their side of the field, but it's going to be Nyx who gets the clear to the top of the ceiling while Judge tries to keep it in their team play. Aquatic going for the 50, beating out both of the defenders, and it's going to be an open shot, but Kershey able to deflect it over into the top field. Aquatic's going to try and make an opportunity, but Organized able to defend it. It might be another shot, but it goes just a little bit wide. And Supreme tries to send it in, but Nyx gets the save on it. It's going to be Judge Dredd trying to send it back over on the side, but unfortunately brings it back over to Organized, and Aquatic has plenty of boost to be able to carry this out to the midfield. Goes for the flip reset, almost a double free. And it's going to be Kershey taking it away from him and trying to set up for his team here. Nyx sending it down to Organized. Organized continue it to the corner. Judge passing it back to Supreme, giving him the all possession as Kershey tries one out the 50, but Judge going for the shot, and Nyx with the save. And it's going to be Aquatic trying to set it up. They're trying to get as much time as they can on this side of the field and set up a play here. But good rotation coming out right now from both teams. A couple opportunities coming out, but not anyone able to capitalize it just yet, except Organized almost finds the opportunity to capitalize on. However, it goes a little bit wide. Kershey trying to set up for another shot. Aquatic with the save. It's a floater. It can be followed by Organized, and Organized tries to send it in, but it's going to be brought back over to the blue side of the field with Nyx trying to get a clear on it, but it might be a setup. Kershey able to get a good clear from the backboard. Aquatic following up for a follow-up to Judge. Judge almost making it, and he does!
What a shot from Judge. He places this perfectly behind both the Strawberry Milk defenders and nets, and nobody can get to a bottom right. Great shot coming out of Judge. And the Bang Esports side has really ramped up the pace of play. They are flying around the pitch right now.
Yeah, they're really putting on the pressure now to Strawberry Milk, and it looks like we could have a 1-1 for the series here, as long as Bang Esports keeps the pressure.
Judge gets another one. This one goes out. Aquatic off the wall to himself gets another touch. Kershey expecting maybe a harder one. Chaos can't get up in time, and Judge able to get another one back to back. And that's going to be the insurance goal for Bang, yeah.
Yeah, good buffer. This is exactly what we want to see out of Bang Esports. I mean, with a minute left, it's really going to be Strawberry Milk trying to create those opportunities to be able to bring it back to a tie. But, I mean, at this point, Bang's really giving it all they got as it drops down straight into the goal, and it's going to go into the top post. Judge Dredd with the assisted save, and it's going to be Aquatic trying to put some pressure back on the Organized, bring it back over, and now Strawberry Milk on the defense once more, trying to get a good clear. It looks like they're able to just squeeze by, but Judge Dredd out in the midfield going for a follow-up touch. Organized with no boost, able to make the momentum work in his favor, and Aquatic working off the ceiling down over to Kershey. Kershey with the save. Supreme taking the boost away from Kershey. Kershey's not going to have much to do with this, and it looks like Strawberry Milk's all boost starved, and that's going to leave an opportunity for Supreme to make a goal.
Oh, what a quick turn from Supreme. He was headed back into a defensive rotation, but then he sees his 50 come out and turns on a dime, beats Chaos with the ball, takes the open net, 4-1 Bang Esports.
I mean, a complete flip of the switch now from Bang Esports. Now we're looking at 1-4 with 16 seconds left. The best thing we can see from Strawberry Milk is just doing their best to try to make another goal. Aquatic, right where he needed to be for that save. Looking to play time in his favor. Flicks it over the first. Nyx able to bring it back over onto their side. And now Supreme keeping pressure on. Kershey unable to commit and organize. He's going to carry it in and just say, take the win.
He stat pads Supreme's goals here for the season. Supreme will definitely take that, gets another goal to his name, and that's going to be a dominant Game 2 victory for Bang Esports, as they look like a whole different team from Game 1.
Now really it's just going to be, are we going to see the flip side now for Strawberry Milk? I mean, Strawberry Milk started off really hot, and now we're seeing it in Bang Esports' favor. So third matchup, I mean, it would be awesome to see a 1-goal difference in the game if they're able to both continually keep that pressure and consistency in place.
Yeah, and you see Aquatic with 656 points for that game, but I really felt like Judge was setting the pace for that early momentum for that Game 2, and I think the Bang Esports team kind of responded. The rest of them with Aquatic and Supreme also getting, Supreme getting actually 3 goals in that game. I didn't even see that. Oh, yeah. One was Chaos Sloan going against. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Aquatic with no goals and 656 points. He had a ton of saves, I guess. Oh, he had some shots, but I guess he was just getting a lot of ball touches. He had 4 assists.
I think it's like what you said earlier, is Strawberry Milk started coming out of their shell at first. Now we're seeing that in Bang Esports, and now with this Game 3, I think it could go in any favor. It's going to be up to the teams to be able to build a buffer as soon as they can for this match.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens in this Game 3. Can Bang Esports continue what they did in Game 2, or is Strawberry Milk going to respond in Game 3?
And right now we see Strawberry Milk trying to respond right now with a backboard pass, but it's going to go to Aquatic with 2 defenses. And Supreme has an open goal to work with. Organized just able to stop it in time, and Nyx able to get the clear as the 3 attackers are now defenders, falling back to their side of the goal. Judge Dredd trying to get a setup shot. He could get another follow 50 off Kershey, and he does, and it's going to go to the backboard. Organized not able to make the touch, and it's going to be Supreme trying to send it, but Organized finds an opening. Aquatic able to get there just in time from the backboard. Judge with the demo, leaving Supreme against 2 defenders. He's just going to get by 1 more, but spawning in just in time on the Strawberry Milk side, able to get the defense. A great save coming from Judge Dredd, just carrying it over the goal here. Kershey trying to get a flip reset set up here, but all 3 defenders watching him like flies on a wall, able to stop it, and Supreme able to get the clear over to Judge Dredd with the shot on target. Kershey with another save off to the top of the backboard, and Aquatic trying to put more pressure on. Supreme trying to thread the needle, and it's going to be Kershey with the save, and Judge trying to slow play the ball, mind game Kershey, but Organized comes in clutch, able to bring it down to the middle. Nyx with no boost, no problem, sends it into the corner, and Aquatic now trying to clear on their side as Kershey sends it up to the middle. Maybe a follow-up touch. He's going to have to leave it up to Judge Dredd to be able to get the save, and Judge able to get the 50. Now Nyx trying his attempt at it. He's got 2-1 defender, and then Judge just coming in time for the save. Kershey looking to try to make 1-2, but now it's Bang Esports trying their hardest, getting that clear back onto the blue side, and it looks like they might just have that as it goes back into the midfield. Judge keeping pressure onto it. Organized going to try to work at 50. He's able to power through, and he's able to slide it over to Kershey now on the left side of the field. Supreme looking to try to 50 this out. He gets a light touch down over to Kershey. Kershey winning the 50 and getting a follow-up touch, but now it's back on the run for Strawberry Milk as we try to get a setup shot from Bang Esports, but it's really at this point just back and forth, and it's funny now. It's like it's probably going to be a 1-goal difference at this point with it being 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I totally agree, Bryce. It looked like all the energy from Game 1 and all the energy from Game 2 is just kind of clashing, and it ends up being a stalemate, so to speak, as we still have 0-0 with half the game left to go, and this was a great opportunity, but Chaos does a good job of turning that into the corner.
Just trying to reapply the pressure, but Nyx getting a great clear on it, and Aquatic trying to work with his boost. But it's going to be Nyx getting the pinch, sending it back down onto the opposite side, and another 50 from Nyx, but Aquatic beating out on that 50. Kershey, trying to get it clear. Doesn't get enough of it, but Organized is able to just loft it over back to Kershey. Kershey getting a follow-up touch from the sidewall. This could be a setup, but Supreme is just able to get it over Organized, coming down from the ceiling, and now working to try to clear it back onto the Strawberry side of the field. We get a flick from Aquatic over to Supreme to the backboard, but there's no one to follow it up, and it's going to be Judge Dredd trying to regain control of the ball, and now Strawberry Milk trying to work back across to the other side of the field. Aquatic falling back over onto their side. Supreme trying to keep pressure on it. Judge might be in a good position. He's able to get a touch to Aquatic, but Organized able to take it, and now try to get control from Kershey. He's going to have to fall back and try to get a setup while Nyx is able to shadow and get defense on it, keeping it across the midline. Aquatic, no boost, is able to send it way high, and Kershey now trying to make something from the ceiling shot. Not able to get past the defensive line, and Judge just trying to flick it over Nyx. Supreme trying to work past the defense, and I mean, still at this point, it's just back and forth between these two teams. Really, someone said in chat, defensive masterclass, Stumble 414, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, both of these teams are doing exactly how they should compared to the first two games. I mean, this is what I wanted to see in Game 3.
Yeah, it's still 0-0 with like only a minute left to play in Game 3, but this one could be a counterattack coming. Supreme gets a good 50, and Aquatic's there to finish it up. Aquatic!
And
He's gonna break it!
As we say it, we get a goal now from Bang Esports, putting Strawberry Milk in the deficit.
I think I've cast or cursed every single goal. Anytime I mention something, the cast or curse reveals itself. So
it really is. It's a caster curse. It's so bad. It's so bad. We're so sorry. But I mean, now with 0-1, 50 seconds, still something could come from it. Strawberry Milk just needs to find an opening, and Nyx just a little bit too wide for the shot, but it's going to be Judge. Late flip, almost to his teammate, but Kershey's going to try and make it past an opening. That Aquatic left, and it's going to be Kershey making the shot.
What a great shot come Kershey. He catches this ball, he fakes Aquatic out on the first one, and then shoots it, getting it past Aquatic. He thought he was going to take a little bit more time, but no, Kershey flips it past him.
And now we're back into a tie.
We're all tied up again, Bryce.
It's back to where we started, and anything goes at this point. I mean, in reality, like Aquatic tries to set that up, Kershey getting the clear. It's just whoever makes the next goal, I think, is going to determine the winner of this match. And with 20 seconds left, it could be an OT win. But right now, we have some pressure coming on, and it looks like Nyx trying to make a shot on goal. And now Strawberry Milk on the defense. Kershey trying to get it clear away from Aquatic. Aquatic barely winning that and following it up. It's going to be Judge Dredd.
What a 50 from Aquatic. What a pass and what a follow-up from Dredd. Look at this. Dead ball 50. He gets a touch around the other, backboards it for Judge Dredd. Judge there quickly follows it up, and there's 8 seconds left. Bang Esports up by 1. What is Strawberry going to do on the kickoff?
You have to believe in the Strawberry Milk here. We got to get a tie and get into the OT, but with 3 seconds left, it's going to be a hard-fought challenge here as Organized tries to get it down. Judge right off the backboard. Nyx trying to keep it up and get it away from his goal line. It's going to be Kershey sending it over to Organized. We could be a follow-up that's going to go into corner, hopefully not dropping straight into the ground, and it's going to be game for Bang Esports.
Wow. What a Game 3. That was the closest game we had for the series, and Bang Esports able to just pull it out in the last seconds, and off Aquatics, that was a crazy 50 and into a double off the backboard. To be fair to Strawberry, that's just a great play. It's a great play coming out of Aquatic. It was well fought from Strawberry, but the one thing that I didn't see in that Game 2 and Game 3 from Strawberry is those infield passes, and I don't know if that was Bang Esports shutting him down or just Strawberry not going for him.
Yeah, Strawberry Milk just had such a good start from the series, and then Bang Esports brought it back right into their face, and now with this one, it's like I felt like we saw both of these teams kind of obviously at their peak for this series, and it really just came down to like inching out whatever open opportunities you have. I mean, especially with the defensive cycles these guys had and the consistency they're working with, it was really just whenever an opportunity is made, if you could capitalize it, that's your main chance, and we got to see that.
Yeah, that was a great series, and congratulations to Bang Esports for getting the 2 wins for this week. That's going to go pay dividends for the rest of the season. I'm excited for the last series of the night. Also, Ginger, the last series I think will have to be played on Central servers. The way Hawk Eats Worms is West, and I think Spatial Awareness is East. So we will be doing Central for that. These are two new teams, Bryce. Ginger and I have not seen these two teams play. I think, and I will need to get pronunciation on if it's Tweeway or Taiway. Maybe Ginger, you know.
Do not. It could also be Tayway. I don't know.
Tell us in chat. Let's get phonetics in chat.
Yes, please.
Hawken, I think those were from I think they played in TLE. Worms Eat Dirt. I don't know. I think that might be a new player. Aiden, No Luck, and Karma on the spatial awareness side. I believe Karma played in TLE. I'm not sure about No Luck, but Aiden is new. So some new faces, some new teams facing off in this last series of week 1. So I'm excited to see how these two teams look.
I love the two team names, by the way. The way Hawk eats worms. I have no clue what that means, but hopefully one of them can explain what that name means. And then spatial awareness with the copper logo on it.
It's all the roster players, Bryce. We have Tweeway, Taiway, Hawken, and Worm Eats Dirt on that roster for the way Hawk Eats Worm. So they made a little team name out of it.
Yep, it's good brand recognition, and I hope it's going to go far with them. But yeah, I'm excited to see how these two new teams go. They're going to obviously be fresh to everybody, so I'm interested to see if it's going to follow the same conduct as the other series we saw, where a lot of them were just really close, great matchups, and there are at times where you saw it looked like there's going to be clear victories, but the other team